Hello good people, Tridot here, and it's time. I finally decided to make this video. At first I did not want to do it because it is a very controversial subject and, well, the opinions go both ways. Some people agree, some people don't, but in the end I thought, what the hell, it's just information, and, well, information should be free after all. So, what did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about the, well, I do not want to say issue, but the fact of duping in Grim Dawn, and, well, explain the situation a bit. So, Grim Dawn does not store information on the server side. We get all the information of the game when we purchase the game. And, well, with that information we can change it whichever way we like, which means we can dupe items, we can, I think, I'm not really sure because I do not play hardcore, but I think we can make a copy of a character while it's still alive, place it somewhere else in our PC, and if so happens that character die, well, we can just put the copy back into the Grim Dawn files. And well, this has caused some stuff. There's a lot of threads on the forum for sharing sharing files, sharing characters, sharing items, sharing whatever we can share, which is, well, everything except some little things that I'm going to talk a bit about later. And firstly, I'm going to tell you my opinion of it, and then show you how the things work. Alright, so my personal opinion on this subject is, well, a positive one after all, because when I started playing I did not know about this. I wasn't a big fan of the forums, but well, I made 3 characters and I leveled them all to the max level. I farmed a lot, I farmed the game a lot, and I had my own items, almost 100% best in slot, which were farmed by me. I did not dupe anything, I did not get any single piece of item from some other person, and I've had my fair share of the game itself, of what it means, how it's built, and so on. And then I discovered this, and given the nature of what I decided to do, which is creating builds or promoting builds or trying to find the character's limit, maximize stuff. And when I found this, I was actually really happy because I could do certain things in the game a lot easier, like I don't know, getting the best items to see if a certain build was possible, and so forth. But there are people that are not very pleased with this, and after all, I am taking the defense of the developers of Crate in this particular issue. If you do not want to be duplicating stuff, if you do not want to be taking character files from other people, then don't. No one is forcing you to do it. You can do it, but no one is like telling you to. And well, it comes down to a matter of personal opinion. For me, this is a great thing, but I still think that for a new player, if you have just bought the game and, well, you go on the forums and take, I don't know, some character that is posted there, which has best in slot items and all that, and you skip all the quests, you skip everything, you just go in and kill stuff with it, it might not be so pleasant. So I do recommend on your first character, your first playthrough, take your time, explore the game, explore the areas, see the content, farm a bit yourself, and then when you know pretty much a big part of the game, the majority of it, then you can start taking things from other people. You can start with minor stuff like a component or a particular item that you need, but that is going to spiral down, and soon you're going to be taking whole characters, whole builds, a lot of items, a lot of components. And now I am actually going to show you guys how this can be done, but not like in a, I don't know, in a sort of illegal way that most games have. It's just informational, at least for me, and I hope you guys will understand. Alright, so similar to my well, I have a video explaining how to remove fog of war from the game. If you have a character that has explored all the areas or whatever it has explored, and you copy the map files to another character, then that character will also have the game explored. And I really do this when I level, just to save some time and find my quests easier and all that. Alright, right now I am going to show you some stash tabs, and this one is my grade 2 stash folder, and as you can see I have only grade 2 components in here, and most of these are self-found. That's the reason why I do not pick grade 1 components anymore, like this one that I do not know what's doing in there. Alright, and these are all my stash folders that I have. They're not like bountiful and all that. There are a lot of people that have more stuff than me, more rares, more stuff. But anyway, this does the work for me. I have some epic armor, epic rare, like amulets, rings, epic weapons, leveling gear, medals, and all that. Alright, and now I'm actually going to show you guys how this is done, and it's very easy. You see this transfer.gst file. This is your stash, your shared stash folder, because that is worth mentioning. This is the item transfer part, and well, you just replace that file with another file that you can get from other people or create one yourself. Okay, so for example, let's take, I don't know, epic armor, and we're going to transfer this one, copy it in here. We're going to copy and replace it, and then it will be updated with my epic armor that I have in that stash folder. And I know these are rares, but I did not have a good place to put them. Okay, so well, that's basically all the stuff, all the theory involved, and it might seem a little peculiar that I have these separated like I do in all this stuff, but the reason I did this is that it is really easy for me to find something when I need it. I create a lot of characters, and well, I need items, I need stuff, components, and all that. And well, when I make a character, I usually just put on the leveling gear, transfer, and all my leveling gear, all my low level stuff is in there. And let's say I made it to level 35 and I need a relic, because at 35 we get access to all the relics in the game right now. So I just put the relics file in there, and that's the reason why I separated them like this. Also, it would be impossible for me otherwise to store everything in the game, and well, mules don't sound that good, eh? Mules suck. Nobody likes mules. And well, creating multiple transfer files is a replacement for mules. Granted, before we did not have 4 shared stash tabs. We only had 1, and that was horrible. But the developers listened to us and they gave us 4, which well made our lives a lot easier. So I have one more thing to talk about on the duping subject, which is, well, we cannot dupe everything, and there is going to be a really big issue when the game is going to be released, Not for me, but for most of the players, because the temptation is huge. The temptation to get best in slot items, to get everything that you want, is going to be huge. I'm not even going to mention other things like creating your own overpowered items with, I don't know, whatever stats you want, like 20 stats on a single piece of item. I'm not even going to enter that subject. I'm talking about just the best in slot items that the game has to offer. And well, when the game is going to be fully released, there's going to be a patch, and let's see Steps of Torment, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Blood of Chthon right here. This Blood of Chthon and the Skeleton Key, and there are some other stuff. This one can be transferred, okay? These can be transferred, but we have Scrap, which cannot be transferred. Same goes for Dynamite. And Tainted Brain Matter, which is the same as Blood of Chthon. Royal Jelly, again, cannot be transferred. Manticore Venom, which is a new addition, cannot be transferred. It's an augment. So, what does this mean? Well, this means that we will actually have to do stuff ourselves in the game. Even with all the transfer files and all the character files and everything that we can get from the internet, from the forums, from, I don't know, wherever you want to. There is stuff in the game that we cannot access only by doing it ourselves, by farming certain ingredients or components, or I don't know, stuff like the Blood of Chthon, which enables us to enter Steps of Torment. But here comes the tricky part. Why would I want to be farming Steps of Torment when I can get the items that drop from Steps of Torment off the internet, off of somebody else that has already farmed them? And, well, that doesn't make much sense, does it? At least right now. And there are a few solutions to this. There could be, like, say, the legendary items are going to be introduced soon, okay? And let's say that these legendary items are going to be untransferable from character to character. Think about that. I mean, these legendary items are supposed to be the best in the game, and if we cannot transfer these, then obviously we will have to farm them ourselves if we do want them, and I think we all do. So there are a lot of solutions to this. Some, they can make items untransferable just strictly to one single character. Of course there's going to be some bypasses to that, but anyway, I have a lot of faith in Crate, in the developers, and I think even though if this is not going to be, say, fixed, although for me particularly is again not an issue, because it's very convenient for me to get these items and then show you guys some of the best builds out there, which is what I'm doing right now in Grim Dawn. I'm testing out builds, I'm testing out stuff, new characters and all that, and well, it's a lot easier for me to do it this way. But there are people that well, do not like this this thing that is right now in the game with the transferring and the duping. But as I said earlier, after all, there's nobody forcing you to get stuff from other people or to dupe items or whatever. It comes down to personal decisions, and if you do not want to do it, then don't do it. I really thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, although it is a very controversial subject. And well, I shall see you all next time.